Yo, what's up everybody, Holy here, bringing you Black Clover anime review. This was episode 85, titled Together in the Bath. This was a very, very funny episode. It was more of an info dump episode, but it was very, very useful and good knowledge that we needed to know. It begins off of Asta just dazed, and he's very broken-hearted about, him getting a draw and getting kicked out of the tournament. Not really getting kicked out, but just getting like a draw and not being able to advance. And he's also kind of frustrated because he sees Yuno's new power and he feels like he can't catch up, which was stated by everybody else there. So Asta does feel some type of way about that. Now, can Asta fight Yuno right now? I think if his mind was in the right spot, hands down, he could be able to. Even though we don't know if Yuno has a time limit or not, we know Asta does. He can only use it 2 times a day for 5 minutes apiece. But we don't know if Yuno can use his transformation multiple times as well. Does he have a time limit? So, but putting that to the side, everyone's trying to cheer him up and stuff and come up with good ideas. You have Luck trying to fight him and kick him around, and Asta's just getting up like it's nothing from the kick and just in days. You got this one funny part where Vanessa comes in and she has nothing but her undergarment on, and she's drinking and she's trying to like butter him up and make him smile, but Asta's he's just out of it. Like, he's just so depressed right now. Luckily, Captain Yami comes in clutch, and he was like, and he just comes in with like a male, one of those sumo thongs things, and he comes in and he's like, it's bath time everybody, I got the bath set up, the girl side and the boy side, y'all gonna need this for all the information and all the missions y'all took in and for what happened in the tournament and stuff like that. It'd be good for y'all to relax and throw back and ease your mind and body. And Asta was like, no, I'm fine, Captain Yami. And Yami grabbed him by the head and was like, nah, kid, you're coming with me. So we get everyone on their side. We get the girl side and the boy side. Now, the girl side, we didn't really get much. It was more of like, Charmy's still fascinated about, Yuno's power and his transformation. She's daydreaming about him. Then you have Grey kind of embarrassed to be there for all the girls naked, even though he's a girl. She's a girl herself. So she turns into that big bulky dude, and she just sits there. And we shift over to the guys, and the guys are like, they still rowdy over there. But Captain Yami decides to, as you see in one of my title for my thumbnail, he decided to go into story mode, and he decided to tell everyone there a story. Now, when he's saying this story and I'm watching this episode, I was thinking real hard. I know the information that he's saying is true, but I wasn't really sure if this episode was canon or not. I had to look it up. Yes, this episode is canon. It feels kind of fillerish, but it's not. The information and everything is canon, so just keep that in mind. This is a part in that episode. So if you skipped it, I advise you to watch it. If you have not skipped it, watch it again. Some really good stuff happened, but basically in his story, we get his younger years, and he's fishing somewhere in a stream or a valley, and these farmers come up with pitchforks and stuff up behind him, and he tells them, look guys, I'm hungry, I'm not really in a mood to fight, so if y'all want to fight, I'm not holding back. But the elder comes out and gives him some food, and he was like, we have a request for you. And Yami was like, yo, what is it? He's like, well, we have these bandits that come once a year upon our land and take our harvest, and they hit us every year. And we've been sending orders to the Magic Knights, but because our village is small and is remotely outside of the district, I'm not outside the district, but too far from the main district, they haven't been sending in the Royal Knights. Can you do this mission for us? We give you 3 meals a day. Yami was like, 3 meals a day isn't good enough. 3 meals and 3 naps a day, and then there's a deal. And everyone was kind of like, okay. They were kind of shocked, but it was like, fine, whatever. If you're gonna help us, fine. So Yami was like, good, peace out, I'm taking a nap. And he goes take a nap. And then when nighttime falls, we get to see this group of bandits. Now, I would have to say, including the boss, it's probably like 100 bandits. But, basically what happens is that they go in small groups to go in and, steal the harvest of the villagers. But Yami ends up bodying them. And then he leaves the village to go outside to meet up with the rest of the gang. And he ends up attacking them straightforward. Problem is, Yami's kind of in a pickle because Yami's only one person and there's like 99 more of these guys, not to mention the boss. So it's like he was kind of in a pickle, but somebody ends up coming out of nowhere from the blues and actually ended up helping him, and we see that it's William Vigilance, the captain of the Golden Dawn, and Captain Yami. This is in the past, so he asks him, "Who the hell are you? You look suspicious." And he was like, "Oh, don't worry, I'm not an enemy. I'm a friend. I'm trusting you to watch my back here." And he was like, "Whatever." And instead of 1 versus 90, it ends up still being a 90. And they end up beating everybody except the boss. The boss had his right-hand man teleport him away. But everyone that was under him got captured, so he has no crew. So Vigilance, he was like, since he has no crew, we're most likely not going to see him for a good while. So this village and the other one should be safe for now. And he rounded up all the villages in a tree, and all the trees had them all hooked up to their branches, and they couldn't move. So you have to imagine they all got arrested. But after that, Yami got thanks, and they told him thank you, and they gave him like this big bag of food and stuff like that. He went on his way, and as he eating on the riverside, somebody sneaks up behind him, and again it's Captain William. Or at this moment, he wasn't a captain, neither of them. They were young. They were just entered. They probably were about like 17, 18. So they're very young. Maybe younger. But he comes up behind him and he tells him, actually didn't get to say nothing to him. He wanted to approach him and say something, but Captain Yami ended up cutting him off, so we don't know what he says. But Captain Yami, or Yami I should say, tells him, "You want some food?" And he was like, "No, that's okay. It was your reward and it was your mission. You passed it. I was just here helping. I'm good." He's like, "What are you going to do now?" He's like, "Not sure." He's like, "Well, I'm about to go off and train. You want to come with me?" And I was like, whoa, did Yami just ask somebody to come with them to train? That's so weird. But Vigilance was like, as awesome it would be to train and travel with you, unfortunately I have my own golden dream right now. And I gotta go. He's like, "Oh, that's cool." And he's like, "Yeah." Well, he's like, "Well, I want to try to become a captain before you." And Yami was like, "So I guess we're friends and rivals." He was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "Okay, cool. But you're not going to become a captain before me. I'm going to become a captain before you. And then I'm going to become Wizard King," and then just end up going back and forth. And it was a very nice friendship / rivalry between the two. Kind of like Sasuke, no, not Sasuke, I'm sorry. Kind of remind me of Yuno and Asta, but more mature. Because, Asta and Yuno always screaming at each other and going back and forth. These two, everything was sarcastic. You can see the calmness and friendship between them, and it's more mature than what Asta and Yuna has. So that was really nice. And another thing about this episode that they dropped off, which was very, very, I had to look this up because I wasn't really sure, but this is canon as well. The whole episode is canon, but it was stated before the story that William and Yami, they were in the same squad. They were in the Grey Deer, and the Grey Deer captain at the time was actually Julius. So before Julius was the Wizard King, he was the captain of this squad. And when he became Wizard King, the new captain took over, which was Vale, and he switched the name to Aqua Deer. So it's nice to know that we get to see not just Yami and Vigilance pass, but we get some shots at Julius pass as well. Last couple episodes with Zoro and his dad, we got that information. And then now we get in this from Captain Yami and Vigilance perspective. And that Julius was still in tie with that story. So now we know what happened. Julius was part of the Purple Orcs for a while. Then when he became a captain of the Grey Deer. Then from there he jumped up to Wizard King. And then when Rail came in and took the Grey Deer, he didn't like the name and he switched it to Aqua Deer. So it was really nice getting that information and stuff and how it was placed out. This was a very good episode. Again, it was just info dump, but it was info dump got done well, and it wasn't boring, and it kept you intrigued. Seeing Yami, a very young version, and him at his fullest yet. Seeing same thing with Vigilance, William, that was awesome. Getting the name drop of Julius and that how he was and what squad he was part of, and then when he became a captain, what he was captain of, and then how he jumped up to Wizard King and seeing his progression. We haven't got like a whole full page backstory on Julius himself, but it's nice to know in everyone else's backstory. They take little shots here and there to give us some of the Wizard King's perspective and what he has done. So that was nice. But again, this was a good episode. Not really nothing to pick about. Again, it was just an info dump episode, but it was really good. But that's all I have for you guys. Like, comment, share, subscribe, share with your family and friends. Give this video a like. Follow me on Twitter, link me down below. Please hit that notification bell so YouTube can notify you whenever I post the upload, because YouTube's been very, very iffy lately. Subscribing ain't good enough. You have to make sure you hit that notification bell as well. Again, follow me on Twitter. I'm very active there. That's all I have for you guys. Peace out. Have a good one.